Good evening. Konbanwa, Phonotu. Right now, we're halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. This is Imbolc, or Candlemas, the returning of the light and the first signs of spring, which we can all celebrate with candles. The poem I'm about to read is dedicated to Jason Parr and Lottie LS, who light up Great Yarmouth with music, poetry and community. Thank you both so much for everything that you do. For Imbolc, Candlemas. I drive past a garage without stopping. 2 weeks ago I had stopped, bought a packet of jammy Dodgers and eaten them all at once. Some people would think that was weird or bad. Some people would think it was okay. Pregnancy scans were in their infancy. I had heard that there were concerns that they could cause deafness. I said this to the doctor. If you don't have a scan, you could end up giving birth to something not viable, he said, such as a baby without a head. At 8, 9 months pregnant, late at night, my huge belly heaving, I kept thinking I had a giant hairy tarantula in my belly. It's like there's your real life, where you have people you like, who like you, see you, and you do things and live life and be yourself. And then there's this whole other life. Yeah, like a job you can't resign from. The wisdom of the arcades. Do not open. Dead inside. Terror, panic, anxiety, breakthrough. The cycle continues. The frosting on windows, the kaleidoscope behind the shutters of the walkabout shop. This poem, scribbled on Lottie's pamphlet, on email, on a text while lying in the back of my car, in my head while driving on the A14, recorded between Asda, where I stopped for coffee, and pressed record in the car park. No time to scribble, 5 minutes to work. Things, next to other things, changed their meaning. Puncture the shame for the woman at M's gym who ended up sharing more than a locker. What kind of person must I be for my daughter not to want to speak to me? Right, you've come to the right woman, M said. Look, you want to say to the people with babies, gazing into the eyes with dummies, giggling in woolly hats, you want to say that it would be like vomiting on a wedding cake. And so, of course, you don't. We're in the middle of winter, and it's still light. What kind of person must I be? Said the woman. You've come to the right woman. Here's the advice. And aside, back in my real life, red herring press and the bakehouse and writing in the travel log and making. And you know, you can't have that life and this. I'd go for coffee, of course. Parents are always still in the eyes of kids, although I feel I'm moving. Me next to X equals toxic, because it's always the parents' fault, especially the mother's, especially if the father wasn't even there. I was always, in spite of the impressions I gave, in spite of the things I said, in spite of the years that stretch from 18 to 54, I was always going to save myself. I was always going to save myself. Thank you.